Hi guys, so for this project today, you should have done your draw 5 already, and you need to be either coloring or shading it. So if you look at mine, I have already started to color. If you would like to shade instead, just remember, of course, shading is when you're coloring in with your pencil and you're using different values to make areas darker or a lighter gray, or even leaving some whites of the paper empty so they are bright and they stand out. So shading or coloring is your choice. If you have colored pencils, that's probably going to be the better option, because even if you were mostly keeping your things kind of big when you were drawing, you still probably ended up with some small things like little eyes and things like that. And of course, crowns are hard to color into those small shapes, and markers can be hard. They can be difficult to use to color small areas as well. So a colored pencil or just a regular pencil and shading is going to have that smaller, finer tip, and that is going to make it a lot easier to color into those smaller shapes. When you are coloring, you can look in if you look at my corgi here, you can think about mixing your colors. So with colored pencils, it's a lot easier to blend with them, and you just put one layer down and then go over the top of that with another layer. So when I was coloring my corgi here, I had started with, I don't know where the color went. It was this burnt sienna color. It was just a light, oh, there it is. This light brown color here. I colored in like all of the brown areas, and then I actually went in with some orange to kind of just add some more warmth into those areas, mixing in to get that. And then I used a darker brown to both outline it, and I mixed in a little bit of brown into some areas. So it does add more detail and make it look a lot better if you are trying this where you are mixing and blending with your colored pencils. It's a really good idea to start practicing that, and if you don't end up liking the way it looks, that's fine. You will need to be sure that you have colored everything today. You always have 50 minutes if you're at school for your art time. So I do want you to try to spend 50 or at least like 40 to 45 minutes working on coloring this. If you are rushing and you're scribble scrabble coloring, or you haven't filled in your whole page, then that is going to hurt your grade. And that is the answer to the question, why am I not getting a good grade in art? The first answer would be you're not turning anything in. And the second would be you're not adding a lot of detail. You're just drawing like a couple of things. You're not following the rules, things like that. So make sure that your paper does have a lot filled in. Even though I had drawn this cupcake, I think this was the first one I drew, I still added some more because there were these empty areas that I wanted to put something into. So make sure you're using as much of your paper as possible. You can have some empty spots. I don't need it to be just completely jam-packed full. But if you want to, go for it. That would be great. Like this area over here is still a little empty. This area under my rainbow is still a little empty, but that shouldn't be too big of a deal, especially since I didn't want anything to really distract from my rainbow there. So coloring or shading, I would suggest probably colored pencils. If you don't have colored pencils at home, you can shade, or you can try using crayons, but you're going to have to be a little more careful so you're not scribble scrabble coloring. All right, so I'll put a picture of this up in the assignment when I have finished it. I might put a picture of it up there right now with what I have so far so you guys can see it as well. All right, good luck, have fun, and I'll see you with the next video. Bye, guys.